pounds in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for it out. She don't give a she was in her bag. Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger. Watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation. We was on roll like tires. What we gon' I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Now it's Connor. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. We get a look now at the defense for the New York Jets. Right now, they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
On play action, they'll throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Marquise Wilson, the one he was trying to get it to. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And that hits the crossbar and comes back no good. And by just a couple of inches, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37.
Hey, go down. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because every take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will, but how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Looking to throw. Wyatt, quick hitter here, it's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down, Wyatt. And that is caught by Ardarius Stewart. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 20 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Hurry up, here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun now on third down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. A really nice catch, but bottom line, that should have gone for more yardage.
Give him a pass in the flat that allows him to get upfield. There's plenty of distance between him and all the defenders. Actually cost himself some yardage there. Yeah, they got the completion, but it could have been so much more.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not
That
mistaken,
does.
correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. With it is Brown. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with,
Here we go now.
great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Blue 90.
They're going to look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Here we go now.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Set! Green, 39!
He'll look to throw. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And the Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Set! 3-19!
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for a cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
All right, here we go. Green, 39!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Calling a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
play fake. Wyatt. Throw left side is taken in by Stewart. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. After the incompletion, here's... Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline.
Here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Wyatt looking for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Open man is Uzomah. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They run with Connor. Powerful running. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky.
Faced and pushed down. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And they'll run it here. He can't get him down. Oh, able to avoid him. And some room to work. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. And with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Here's Connor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run with Marshall. So he got free at one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking to throw. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 13-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing to start the drive. Wyatt. And he hits Herndon over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw on second down. Wyatt. Quick throw. That's complete on the inside slant. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Wyatt. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a loss of 2, now third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back to throw here. James has got it. Complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
So that'll set the offense back 5, make it 1st and 15. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Off play action. Wyatt. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Let's go. 3-19.
Operating from the gun, Wyatt. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now running right through it. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Spinning again. How did he stay on his feet? And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
And they'll go on the ground. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun on 3rd down. Wyatt, and that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
It's complete to Brown, right side. A gain of 32 that time. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll look to throw here. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
Let's go!
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Boswell for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision. And then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep now for Herndon. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Illegal touching, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Wyatt. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Set! Green, 39! Green!
To throw on 3rd down, Wyatt. And he's got a noon one. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Try the right side here. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll run it here. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 1st down. Wyatt. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, Wyatt. And his throw here's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Wyatt. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Back to throw. Wyatt, and he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's really, let's rely on ourselves, because they could get help and still get to the playoffs. But who wants that? Go out, win the game, take care of things yourself, and then you don't have anything else to worry about.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Here we go now. Boom, line it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. There he goes left side. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Santos now to add the PAT. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following a pick six, and now the kick is away. Sutton now to return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. Sit there and get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Steelers on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll set up a throw. They're able to locate Wilson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They're going to look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point now by Boswell.
Big score. First step in their attempt to climb back into this game.
Yes, but still some work to do as they get within a score here. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
Right back to him on 1st down. midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Looking to throw. Wyatt. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a handoff to Crowell. Room to run inside the 40. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Back to throw. Wyatt. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for a Nunwa there, and that'll bring up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
All right, here we go. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, Wyatt. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Set. 319.
Operating from the gun, Wyatt. Going underneath for Crowell. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Second and goal, one man in the backfield, that's Crowell.
Now let's go. Green.
Looking to throw. Wyatt. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Sutton now to return. Oh, fighting off the defender. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Over the middle, complete. That's James. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Marshall. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Over the middle here to Brown. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a 1st down.
And there's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches, holds a number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll drop the throw. And this is complete. It's Marshall.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Now let's go. Blue, landed. Blue.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance. It just was unsuccessful.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Set. Blue, landed. Blue,
Now
landed.
contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Now let's go. Blue.
After the penalty, it's Crowell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Set. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So a defensive timeout, chance to get set as we resume action.
4 down. Now let's go. Green.
A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
All right, here we go. Green.
Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. They'll run with Crowell. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Gets past one man and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.